what's going on there, guys? Dr. Phil on today's episode 6 of Hockey Talk. So, what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about the pesky Ottawa Senators. If you don't know about the pesky Sens, they are somewhat doing good this season. And if you look at the stats, if you look all the way from February 3rd, and you go all the way to April 3rd, which is today, back in February 3rd, they weren't even thought about being a playoff team. They were like, okay, yeah, so they're a team that's going to be in the draft lottery to maybe win Connor McDavid or win that first overall. But then for some reason, somebody came in and turned the Sens around, and they got into a potential playoff position. And right now they're fighting against the Bruins to actually get that last playoff position, or that last playoff spot. And that guy goes by the names of Andrew Hammond. So what I want to do today is I want to say, like, what's next for the Ottawa Senators, like what they should do next season, and like just give my thoughts on the Ottawa Senators, like for them moving forward. So first of all, you know, pretty much everybody knows who Andrew Hammond is by now. He's a guy that's came from the AHL, and yeah, he came from the AHL being like just this random goaltender that Ottawa just said, like, you know what, this guy comes up because, you know, you had Leonard that was injured, you had Anderson that was injured, and out of nowhere this guy comes and wins 15 games, well, not 15 games straight, but he wins a numerous amount of games straight. He loses in overtime, which doesn't really count as a full loss, and then wins another pack of games and almost beats the NHL records for the most wins by just like a starting goaltender. What do you mean, like a goaltender that started off his career? And that record is held by Patrick Kane, which has 16 wins when he started off. Andrew Hammond came to 15, and then they had that one epic loss, which didn't really boost his confidence. But thing is, a lot of controversy. I think Andrew Hammond, what really happened that game is he was tired, but then the team in front of him wasn't really playing there, like they weren't really playing. So that's why it was a loss. But yeah, so what's next for the Ottawa Senators? And I'm going to start off with a guy that has the name of Craig Anderson. Craig Anderson, when the Ottawa Senators got him, they thought that he was going to be a lifesaver. He's going to be a starting goaltender, which he was. He was good to a certain point, but it wasn't really spectacular. He didn't really play any full seasons like all the other starting goaltenders did. And from now on, since Ottawa found the guy, Andrew Hammond, and they have a backup goaltender, which is Robin Leonard, they can trade a guy like Craig Anderson, which has a salary cap of I don't know how much, but I'm pretty sure it's high. Trade a guy like him. Trade him to a team that needs him. Cough Edmonton. Cough Buffalo. Cough. I was gonna say another team, but whatever. But you know, teams like Edmonton, teams like Buffalo that need a starting goaltender, and get some stuff in return. And that maybe consists maybe a first rounder. Maybe they won't budge for a first rounder for Craig Anderson, but you can still go for depth. You can still go for players that are young and they will develop really good. You already have guys on the team that are young and that are good. Curtis Lazar was a hell of a pick, but you can still get more guys from these teams that have been having first rounders and having high picks for the past couple of years, and they really want a starting goaltender. If you look at Edmonton, yeah, Victor Fash, that's really nothing good. And for Buffalo, Anders Lindback, yeah, that's really nothing good to talk about. even though we had Anders Lindback back in was it last year or the year before? Whatever. We had him Tampa had him, and he wasn't. Yeah, we had him last year because we played him in playoff. Yeah, we had him last year. He was a backup goaltender. Let's just say he's a backup goaltender. We played him in playoffs because Ben Bishop was injured, and whatever. It's a long story. It's not really his fault. It was other players' fault also, but whatever. He's nothing spectacular. And if Ottawa can make a trade and get rid of Craig Anderson, two things good will happen to them. They save money, and they get something good in return to add to the team so they can potentially next year make the playoffs for sure. And this year was just really surprisingly, which I'm pretty sure, if I give my honest opinion about Ottawa, if they're going to make the playoffs or not, it's hard to say, but at the end of the day, they probably won't make it. For some reason, I just think Boston's going to come out of nowhere and they're going to make the playoffs. It's just my 2 cents. It's like, I'm not hating on the Sens. Sens are my second favorite team. It's my hometown, for crying out loud. But obviously Tampa, you know, they're one hell of a team. Love them. And they'll make a cup run this year. Probably won't make it Stanley Cup Finals, but I'm pretty sure 3rd round. But that'll be a playoff prediction. But at the end of the day, they won't make the playoffs. They'll be like this close, like a hair short to make the playoffs, but they won't make it. And for moving forward this summer, if they really want to make a big move, trade Craig Anderson, trade him to a team that needs them, get some players in return to add to your depth chart, or maybe add some youngsters that can switch Ottawa around. And for next year, you guys can make the playoffs, and then they'll maybe not make a cup run, but they'll do good. And for the goaltenders, Andrew Hammond, he is your guy. He needs a little bit more practice to play in the NHL level because he's been playing AHL his whole life. And out of nowhere, he just comes and just wrecks the NHL. But he needs a little bit more practice, and then he's going to be a starting goaltender. It's pretty much, you can pretty much compare it like Ben Bishop when Ottawa traded Ben Bishop to the Tampa Bay Lightning. At first, we didn't know that Ben Bishop was going to be one hell of a goaltender. We just got him because Ottawa had an extra amount of goaltenders. So they're like, you know what, trade Ben Bishop, and we gave Corey Conacher for that, and which turns out to be one of the greatest trades in Lightning history. So you can compare it to that, because Ben Bishop, we didn't know, we took a gamble on him. We knew that he was good, but he had NHL experience because he played a couple of games, but we didn't know he was going to be this good. And like Ottawa took a gamble with Andrew Hammond. As soon as you give a guy a chance and he turns out to be extraordinary, you just stay with him, like we did with Ben Bishop. When he started to win games, we just stayed with him, and he turned out to be an NHL superstar. And probably not like he's one of the best goaltenders in the league, not the best, but one of them. And it's just, that's what you got to do. And since you have your starting guy, you can trade your other guy that's taking cap space and trade him off to a team that needs him and get some guys in return. So that's just my 2 cents on the Ottawa Senators. Obviously, it's just my opinion. Everybody has their own opinion. If you guys have it, leave in the comments below. What do you guys think about the Ottawa Senators? What they should do for the future. But I hope you guys remember, please subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. So, bye-bye.